Talk about who's skating, starting with our visiting team. That is going to be Northeast Uprising, wearing today. Skating for Northeast, number 107, Punky. Wearing number 11, Lord of the Rink. Number 143, Frightening Bolt. Wearing number 16, Nuke. Number 200, Slamlet. 212, The Exorcist. Number 24, Stonewall Riot. Number 330, Campaign Promise. We're at number 404, Sweeney Quad. Number 50, Banana. Number 528, Mad Goose. We're at number 6, Morgue. Number 66, Death Mauler. Number 666, Butterfly Corpse. Number 715, Crash Landing. And number 77, Blue Lightning. That is the Northeast Uprising Junior Derby Northeast All-Stars taken on here from our home team, Philly, the Brawl Stars. Skating today in the blue uniforms. For the Brawl Stars, we have number 1039, Jocelyn Around. Number 113, Sayonara. 124, Strawberry Shortquake. We're at number 18, Baby Slaya. 207, Burby. We're at number 22, Wrecked. We've got number 23, Squid. Number 24, Sparks. 257, Trauma Queen. Number 32, Tackled Pink. 333, Deathstroke. Wearing number 360, Translucent. Number 404, Jack in the Box. Number 55, Rainbow Crash. We've got number 56, Catatonic. Number 7, Indigo. 799, Cherry Bomb. Number 8, MDK Penguin. 820, Mayhem. And number 909, Livid. Those are our Philly Roller Derby Juniors Brawl Stars. We do have $4 shout-outs here, and there's still chances to get more. We're going to have to stagger these because they are all for the same person, and we'll save these for key points during the game. Our teams are taking their track now. We know how the game goes. Each team puts out 5 skaters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We know the routine. We've seen Derby before. We don't need intro jams. It's not 2009. And with that whistle, we are off. Punky taking on Wrecked from Philly. Punky taking on a bounce right off the whistle to the inside. Gets back in, recycles. Bull Jammers eligible for lead. Nice defense at the top of the pack by Northeast, keeping Wrecked on the pack. Punky stuck at the bottom. It's a Philly lead now with Wrecked in control. Punky taking on all 4 of those Brawl Stars blockers. Punky does get taken out by Squid and is forced to recycle. So Punky still on this initial pass. Wrecked still lead. Yeah, and Wrecked is out with the first 4 points of the game, going to the Brawl Stars. Punky still stuck on this initial pass. Brawl Stars blockers giving Punky no mercy in getting through. Punky does get past Squid and takes on a 2-wall, a Catatonic, and 55. That is Rainbow Crash. Wrecked working on a second round of points. Gets past all 4 Northeast Uprising blockers and puts 4 more on the board, making this an 8-point run for Philly. Working a stagnant pack coming around the apex. Punky trying to sneak through on the outside, but is taken out and recycled to the back. Wrecked working the top of that pack against Northeast's defense and is out with another 4. So Wrecked currently on a 12-point run, and Punky is out, completing that initial pass. Now Wrecked getting a bit of a block, a little bit of a bump by Campaign Promise. Wrecked with another round of 4, making this a 16-point jam. Now Wrecked coming in, getting through on the inside, but that jam is called off. Looks like Northeast Uprising does pick up 3 points, compliments of Punky. 17-point jam for the Brawl Stars. Second jam about to start, 5-on-5. Our penalty box is clear. You cannot miss that red hair. That will only mean one thing. That means that Sayonara on the jammer line. You can spot Sayonara from a mile away. Out there taking on Banana. And if that name Sayonara sounds familiar, Sayonara used to wear that Northeast Uprising jersey up until she came and became part of the Philly Brawl Stars. Sayonara is lead now for Philly, so this is 2 Brawl Stars leads back-to-back. Sayonara now on a scoring trip, coming in, taking on that Northeast defense. We have a foot race for our jammers. Sayonara and Banana pretty much lined up together. Philly's defense absorbing that momentum by Banana. Sayonara making her way to the top of the pack. And Sayonara has those 4 points now, making this, looks like that's going to be an 8-point jam so far. Livid with a rollback on Campaign Promise, who's now has that jammer star. Now Campaign has 3 Philly blockers to deal with. Sayonara's out with another 4 now, looking at a 12-point run, and Campaign Promise is off. This is our first jammer penalty of the game. Nice footwork by Sayonara, just rolling that foot on the inside, getting through those Northeast blockers, putting 4 more points up, making this a 16-point run. Campaign Promise still trapped in the box on that penalty. This is a power jam in the hands of Sayonara. Sayonara goes for the call-off, freezing Campaign Promise in the box, buying Philly a power start in the next jam. We had number 22 Wrecked back out there with the star for Philly, and it is a power start with Campaign Promise still in the box. Wrecked makes it their way through, picks up that lead jammer status. Philly has all 4 of their blockers lined up at the bottom of the pack. Campaign Promise finishing time in the box, comes back in. Campaign gets past Squid, takes a bit of a spill coming around the apex. Wrecked is out with 4 points. Campaign Promise taken out, recycles behind Squid. Oh, and Campaign Promise does go out of bounds on that pass and now has to restart that pass while Wrecked is out with another round of 4, making this an 8-point jam. Baby Slaya with a rollback. Campaign Promise still stuck on this initial coming out of the box. Wrecked on a 3rd scoring trip. And Wrecked is out. So Wrecked now with a 12-point run halfway through this jam. Looks like Wrecked is going to run the clock. Now Wrecked looking at a 16-point jam. Campaign Promise still stuck. Squid bracing a tripod at the bottom of the pack, keeping Campaign Promise stuck at the very beginning of this initial pass. Meanwhile, Wrecked is out with a 20-point run. Campaign Promise tries to get through on the inside, but is shut down. That is Jack in the box with that defense. Wrecked coming out with 4 more. Just running out the clock, pass after pass. All right, and it looks like Wrecked goes for an apex jump, makes contact with a skater with both skates off the ground. Now we know that is not, once used to be called a, not a high block. It's an illegal contact penalty now, but there was a name for it. Leaping contact back in the day.
Yes.
So that's going to put Wrecked in the box as the jammer for Philly, and it's more or less going to be a fresh penalty. So That's going to give the advantage of a power star over in the hands of Northeast Uprising. Both teams with their full defensive strength on the track, 4-on-4 defense. That is Blue Lightning out to jam for Northeast. And Blue Lightning just about makes it out, but takes on those blockers. Lead jammer going to Northeast Uprising. Blue Lightning is in control. Blue Lightning still on this power jam. Now Philly down a blocker and a jammer. Number 77, Blue Lightning on this scoring trip. Livid with a rollback on Blue Lightning, forcing Blue Lightning to restart this pass all the way to the back. And Wrecked comes in and is signaled not lead and is called off on a second penalty. So this is the advantage that Northeast Uprising might have been leading for to get their jammer unopposed on the track. Nice one-on-one blocking by Livid, taking Blue Lightning down to the top of the pack. Now Livid bracing a tripod. Strawberry Shortquake guarding the outside line in that defense for Philly, keeping Blue Lightning stuck on this scoring pass. And Blue Lightning calls off the jam just as Wrecked finishes their time in the box and comes back into play. So looks like despite that jam, Blue Lightning does pick up 4 points for Northeast Uprising. So it's a 50-point game, 11-61, Philly with the lead. Seems to be a lot of love out there for Punky. Okay, this is Burby jamming for Philly, and I wonder how many people know that Burby is actually on JRDA Team Denmark and is over here stateside temporarily and skating for Philly Juniors, and we're very happy to have Burby here as part of our team. Now, Burby is lead jammer against Banana, who is wearing the star for Northeast Uprising. Burby still getting a lot of love there from our fans. Burby's out with 4 points. Now Burby in for a second scoring trip. And is out, making this an 8-point jam. Banana putting 4 points on the board for Northeast. Northeast bracing a 3-wall against Burby, but Burby sneaks through on the outside, completing a third round of points. Now looking at a 12-point jam. A second scoring trip completed by Banana, putting 8 more points on the board for Northeast Uprising. Now Burby trying to get through on the outside, gets some blocking by Punky Bruiser, but Punky goes down. Burby gets ahead and gets past that Northeast defense and has another 4. This is a 16-point jam for the Brawl Stars. Nice defense by Punky, taking Burby down on the inside, forcing Burby to restart this pass. Burby not terribly affected by that, comes out with 4 more points, calls off the action. There's 3 more late points rolling in there for Northeast, making this an 11-point jam by Banana. So a 20-point run by Burby, bringing Philly now up to 81. Northeast Uprising 22. And a timeout here called by Northeast Uprising. I have our first dollar shout out. I believe this is the first one of the day, and look, we can do better tomorrow. There's a whole day of dollar shout outs that we can make up for in the ones that we lost today. Our first one, this is for Livid, number 909 from Philly Juniors, Fly Livid Fly, and that is from Uncle Peter. So still perhaps some time to get these shout outs in before the end of the game. Certainly we have another 5 games tomorrow. We will be passive-aggressively reminding you to get your shout-outs in. Those dollars do directly support our team and help us have events like this. We're going to save the remaining 3 for moments later on in the future here in the game. I'm also being told that this is Ivy Drip's first sanctioned game, I believe, if I heard correctly. So shout out to Ivy Drip and all of our officials. A lot of our officials just working back to back to make sure these games have the officials coverage that they need. Of course, all of our volunteers playing a very important role. We have our medics, our photographers, and even your announcers. We sometimes show up and do good things. Mostly for me, it's snark and old rules knowledge from 2011, but I can occasionally throw something good in there.
We got lots of good stuff coming from Carnage. Everyone give Carnage a hand on his announcing all day.
No, I took some games off. If I didn't take games off, I'd be talking like I smoked for 40 years. Sayonara, I don't need to see your face. That red hair gives it away. Taking on her old teammates from Northeast Uprising, and they are throwing a 4-wall at Sayonara. She is taken down. No lead jammer as of yet. Wow, multiplayer block there on number 6 from Northeast. That's Morg. Gonna put Morg in the box. Sayonara getting some one-on-one blocking by Campaign Promise. And Sayonara is out with a Brawl Stars lead. Catatonic putting a block there on Crash Landing, but that's going to put Catatonic in the box for a 30-second all-expenses-paid trip to the penalty box.
The shout-outs are available at the merch table. Just think how happy your child will be with a shout-out. Is that passive-aggressive enough?
Shout-out. We can probably think of something with a little bit more snark.
I think so, that's true. A little more snark.
We can guilt-trip our fans into getting those and shame them for they don't.
I agree. Just think if your child didn't get one and another child did.
Especially if we're on the live feed.
Exactly.
And you get the pride of saying your family over in like Utah or something and gets to hear that shout-out. But that dollar was just... I mean, there's other things you can do at the merch table. They're selling the shirts from the past couple years of playoffs.
Stickers?
Lots of stickers. I have my official Squid Squad member stickers here. Ooh. So I bought my way into the Squid Squad.
I like that.
Sayonara with 4 more points now, making this an 8-point run. Philly losing Cherry Bomb. The obligatory cherry bomb that every junior team has. It is a JRDA requirement. You cannot have a junior team without a cherry bomb.
Or a Rainbow Crash.
Rainbow Crash.
Yeah.
Sayonara running out the jam. This is a long shot, but a couple games ago, one of our skaters lost a pen that they're trying to recover. This pen has like a cow print on it, and it has the name Pipsqueak. If anybody has found that pen, please hand it off to one of us so we can get it back to our skater who dearly misses that pen. We want to make sure anything that gets lost gets back to its owner. 3-4 pack in favor of Northeast Uprising. Blue Lightning out there versus Wreck, number 22. Nice hustle on the outside by Blue Lightning. Wrecked is through, making their way through all those blockers and has the first 4 points of the jam. Squid stepping in along with Jack in the Box, absorbing the momentum by Blue Lightning, slowing Lightning down, but Squid headed to the penalty box. The other Squid squad.
Yes.
Well, Squid's going to have a friend here in just a few seconds because Northeast now losing one of their blockers. It's always helpful to have somebody to talk to while you're being disciplined for illegal contact.
Directions.
Track cuts. Elbow penalties when they were a thing. All right, Wrecked on a 12-point run. Coming in now, and Northeast is able to score. Blue Lightning has 4 points. Wrecked gets those 4 and calls off the jam. That's going to freeze Frightening Bolt in the box as a blocker. So Philly will start this next jam with the pack advantage over Northeast. 14:30 left to our first half of the game. Sparks, number 24, getting a lot of love there. Sparks on the jammer line, taking on 107. This is Punky. And Punky working the top of the pack. Livid, one of the butt positions there, along with Strawberry Shortquake. But this is Nori's second time getting lead now. Punky is our lead jammer. Oh, attempted apex jump by Punky may have been shut down. Indigo with that shutdown on that apex jump. Punky, though, does have 4 points. Punky with another 4 points now, 8-point jam for Northeast Uprising. And a start pass over to one of my favorite co-announcers, number 909 Livid. Now, Livid announced with me the first game of this morning, first game of the day, I should say, and just did an amazing job. So we're going to transfer that energy back to her as a jammer. 4 points by Livid, and that jam is called off. 2 more points rolling in for Punky of Northeast, making this a nice round 10-point jam for Northeast Uprising.
That is a talented child, announcing in the morning, playing in the afternoon.
They don't run out of energy, do they?
They do not.
JRDA Team Denmark, Burby back out there on the jammer line, taking on Bananas from Northeast Uprising. Campaign Promise bracing that tripod against Burby, but Burby is out with lead jammer. And Burby making quick work of that scoring pass with 4 points. Well, we're getting custom requests now. I guess for your $1, we'll give you something else in return.
That's
a little bit
okay.
of extra.
We'll take a little custom requests. I feel like the guilt tripping, give them back a little bit.
All right, 4-point pass completed by Banana. And Burby now completing a third scoring trip, making this a nice 12-point jam so far. Squid at the top of the pack, bracing that Philly tripod, trying to slow down Banana. Campaign Promise trying to put a slowdown on Burby, and it's effective. Burby is taken out. Slamlet working some of that defense, and Campaign Promise is taken out of bounds after receiving a star pass. Squid bringing Campaign all the way back to restart. Defense once again there by number 404, Jack in the Box, takes Campaign Promise out of bounds after Campaign receives that jammer star. Saw some nice toe stop work by Campaign Promise, but ultimately loses their balance and takes a spill on the outside.
And Deathstroke was just in that jam, and they have got a shout out here. So Deathstroke number 333 in this little break here, we're going to say, you are doing amazing. We love you, Destiny and Grandma. Isn't that nice what your $1 gets you?
We won't even have any snark with that. We'll just make it a nice honest
announcement.
Punky
Nice
out
shout
there, and 22 wrecked out to jam. This is 107 Punky from Northeast, just about out of the pack, but is taken down at the very last second. Punky back up on skates. Livid landing a hip check, blocking Punky just in the nick of time because Rick breaking out with the Philly lead. Catatonic working that defense on Punky Bruiser. Nice. Punky finding a hole there on the inside, coming around turn 4, and comes out. It wasn't turn 4. That was turn 2. Doesn't matter. It doesn't be that specific, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Punky taken down, goes to the inside, and is going to recycle behind Livid. Wrecked with another 4 points. Wrecked coming in. Looks like Wrecked is blocked to the outside and brought back. See who's working that defense. That's number 16 from Northeast Uprising. That is Nuke. Philly, at this point, well over the 100-point mark. They're at 145. I mean, we're still mid-jam. Oh, see, now the shutouts are coming in nonstop.
Exactly. We could still do better, though.
I thought we were going to have to make people check in when they get here. And then if they didn't have a shutout, call them out toward the end of the day.
I do think that could work, but maybe tomorrow.
Punky completing an initial, oh no, another 4-point pass. So Norris with an 8-point run, Wrecked. 10 seconds to go, has a 20-point jam, probably turning into 24 points. There it is. And we time out at 2 minutes. Nice 12-point jam there by Punky Bruiser and Northeast Uprising. 24-point run there by Wrecked. Oh, once again, this is only day 1. Now, day 2 starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. right here at the Northeast Racket. The Northeast Racket Club. That place.
That place.
That game will be Rome versus Indianapolis. But back to our game, we're inching down toward the minutes of halftime. Darth Mauler out there versus Mayhem. Penalty box empties out, so back to some 5-on-5 derby. Nice defense at the top of the pack by Northeast Uprising. They have a tripod with a catch against Mayhem, and Northeast picking up lead. Number 66, Darth Mauler, is in control. Darth Mauler coming in, crashing into that wall of Philly blockers. Squid guarding that line. Darth Mauler taken out and forced to recycle behind 55. That is Rainbow Crash. Now Philly with a fluid tripod, keeping Darth Mauler stuck at the back of the pack. Squid taking Darth Mauler out of bounds to the inside, forcing the recycle. Mayhem trying to get through to the top, but Northeast has a nice tripod held up by number 50, Banana, keeping Mayhem stuck on this initial pass. And Darth Mauler ultimately goes for the call-off, but does have 4 points.
Some beautiful blocking out there by Baby Slaya, so she gets her shout out. So Baby Slaya, go baby, we love you, Mom and Dad.
Nice 4-0 run there by Northeast Uprising.
Wasn't that a nice shout out for Baby Slaya? From her mom and dad.
We are going to have Blue Lightning out there for Northeast Uprising. And Sayonara, number 113, jamming for Philly. Right off the whistle, Philly losing number 7, Indigo, to the penalty box. So it's going to be one less blocker for Blue Lightning to contend with.
Okay, just what do you want me to say? Huh? What do you want me to say?
Sayonara coming out with a Brawl Stars lead.
Here, write it.
Sayonara coming into that Northeast Uprising wall, trying to find the weak spot. She gets through on the inside, coming around the turn, and she's got 4 points.
Okay, Babushka loves you.
Babushka loves you.
Yeah, Babushka loves
Last time I had an actual Jack in the Box. And when you had a 10-minute timeout by our officials, I played that music just passive aggressively. And Sayonara now with 8 points, working on a third scoring trip. Norris with all 4 of their blockers in front of Sayonara. And it looks like there's going to be an illegal contact blocking during that no pack, so that's going to cost Norris 1 blocker to the box. Sayonara getting 4 more points now with a 12-point run. Now Sayonara with a 16-point jam. Under 4 minutes left to our first half. That went pretty quickly, but we don't want to do the announcer's jinx. That is a thing. Say that and we'll have 17 timeouts.
Yep.
Sayonara now looking at 20. Andrew Keys is wondering what that thing is. That's a camera. Show you how to use it sometime. Sayonara, 24 points now, working on 28. There it is. Oh, and she takes a spill and choosing to recycle. Probably going to be retaining those points, a couple of them at least. Yeah, there's some points coming in. Norris does have 2, and Sayonara with a 26-point jam. Shout out here goes to Livid from Philly Roller Derby Juniors. You got this, girl. Stay low. And that is from Shorty. Shorty, one of our juniors alumni here. I've seen Shorty in the house. Always welcome our alumni to come back and cheer on the other juniors here. We got the shout-outs are coming in now. I got 2 more to go through.
They're even coming to us directly and just giving me dollar bills, which I don't know if that's advisable.
Let's not go there. High-level JRDA people in the building.
That's true.
Punky versus Wreck. Punky has lead for Northeast Uprising, and that jam is called off. Wow.
All joking aside, we will take your dollar bills
if you want to
put those in.
Whether you give them to the merch table to go to the league, or we will give that dollar to the league.
Correct.
We will do your dollar shout-outs.
Absolutely.
Should be a service fee if you come out into the track and give it to us. Burby back out there versus Darth Mauler. Could be the final jam of the first half with under 2 minutes to go. Burby getting past Frightening Bolt and has a Brawl Stars lead. Livid going in for a block against Darth Mauler. Darth Mauler is taken down. Philly recycles their defense to the top of the pack. Burby is out with 4 points. Livid with a drawback there on Darth Mauler, forcing Darth Mauler all the way back. Burby out with another 4, 12-point run there. Philly just shy of the 200-point mark with a minute left to our first half. That's Livid, the pivot with that rollback on Darth Mauler. Once again, Darth Mauler not having any luck to completing this initial pass. Still stuck. Burby with 12 points now, working on a 16-point. There we go. Burby with those toe stops gets past that wall of Norris blockers and has 4 more points.
We see some amazing blocking out there by Indigo, and Indigo has a shout out. You're cooking from Mom, Dad, and Tina. That's for Indigo number 7.
Get back up.
And I'm going to repeat that shout out because that was some unfortunate timing there. Our skaters take some big hits and they always get right back up, so we're so proud of them. And I'm going to say it again to Indigo. Indigo number 7, you got a shout out here. Go Indigo, you're cooking from Mom, Dad, and Tina.
Looks like we're going to have enough to squeeze one more jam out of the first half here. Philly at a 200, Northeast Uprising 66.
And while we're on this official timeout, we're going to take a moment to do another couple of call-outs. This one goes out to Jack in the Box. We're proud of you, Jack in the Box. Babushka loves you. I don't know who Babushka is, but they love you.
Rolling whistle going to bring us into one more jam for the first half. So I'm hearing that number 24, Sparks, is out there to jam for the Brawl Stars. And number 50, Banana, out there wearing the star for Northeast Uprising. That whistle does not start the jam. I mean, it's just practicing. Just some last-minute jammer practice before the real jam starts, although the time of the so we are going to take a 15-ish minute break and come back to you with the second half of our final game of the day here at Philly Fest, hosted by Philly In from our halftime of our last game of the day, we have another half hour to go of our game. This is Northeast Uprising coming to us from Massachusetts versus the Philly Brawl Stars. We've had a long, action-packed day of Derby here. It's only day one. We have another 5 games tomorrow. I mean, it feels like it's been 5 days. Game 6 starts tomorrow, 8 a.m. That's going to be Rome versus Indianapolis. After that, Cherry City versus Mars. Game 8, Philly All-Stars playing Indianapolis. Game 9 tomorrow will be Philly All-Stars versus Mars. That's going to be a game that's going to be a lot of action. And our last game will be the Philly Brawl Stars, currently playing now, taking on the Black Rose Juniors, coming to us from Hanover, Pennsylvania. So another full day to go tomorrow. We've got to go through this last half of the game. I know it's been a long day, a lot of Derby. So for those who are still with us, either here or in-house or on a live feed, and are still following the games, thank you for joining us, either in person or remotely. We are moving right into the second half. Philly sitting at the 200-point mark. Norris, 66. 22 Wrecked out there versus 107 Punky. And Wrecked from Philly is lead. Definitely seen Norris. Oh, Norris, they're low blocking a ref. It's all good. If it's on a ref, it's on a penalty. If you're going to low block somebody, it might as well be a ref. You don't go to the box for it. It's a lesser of multiple evils, I suppose. We've definitely seen Norris progressing toward the end of the first half with a better number of getting lead jammer more often in the second half of the first half of the game, I should say. The Punkies out with 4. They did have a few jams where they really didn't score a whole lot, weren't getting their jammers out, but Norris certainly adapting to the game, and it shows. So Punky, looks like Punky's going to take the safe route here and recycle, but Wreck does have an 8-point jam so far. Both jammers recycling to the back and restarting this pass. Norris throwing a 4-wall at the top of the pack against Wrecked, and Wrecked is taken down. Campaign Promise at the top of the pack, bracing that tripod. And Wrecked gets past that defense with 4 more points for Philly. Wrecked making that call off. Hey, we've got another shot out here. Suddenly we're inundated. This one is for Livid, once again, of course, for Philly Juniors. Go get him, Livid. Love you. And that's from Melissa and Peter. Add that to the pile.
We just saw Punky come out after a great jam. Punky, you have a shout out here. Blue blee, blah, blue, blee, blah.
Of course.
You are doing
It's
great.
the same thing I would have said.
Exactly. From G Money and D Mama.
Blue Lightning versus Sparks, number 24 back out there for the Brawl Stars. Sparks is out. Listen to that energy from the fans as Sparks picking up lead for the Brawl Stars. Blue Lightning getting blocked out of bounds. Squid, proving to be the Jammer's worst nightmare, once again guards the inside line, taking Blue Lightning down. Rainbow Crash and Squid working in that defense. Squid actually working as the Squid working as a catch in that tripod. Now moves to the top of the pack. Sparks has a hole on the inside, and she uses that to her advantage. She squeezes through and gets those 4 points. A lot of love for Sparks here from our sound table especially, but from most of our fans here. Showing some love for Sparks. Norris with a star pass over to Crash Landing, who is taken down. Now Crash Landing getting stuck behind Rainbow Crash and Squid, both working the butt positions of that tripod. We've been seeing both of those jammers individually do a lot of really good blocking. So Sparks gets 8 points and calls off the jam. Northeast Uprising scoreless.
And that was some great defense out there by Deathstroke 333. And your shout out recognizes that defense, Deathstroke. You rock. Love your family.
We've got Banana out there, and number 113, Sayonara. Norris does have the pack advantage. Philly has one blocker taking his seat in the penalty box. And Sayonara gets to the top of the pack. Campaign Promise goes and puts a slowdown, but Sayonara is out with a Philly lead. Now Sayonara trying to find the easiest way through the pack. Nice defense work there by Northeast Uprising, throwing their entire strength at Sayonara.
Banana just busting through that Philly wall, though. Did you see that? Beautiful.
Sayonara does find a hole there on the inside, puts 4 points up there for Philly. So Bull Jammers now in point-scoring positions. Sparks taking that tripod right up the middle, puncturing a way through. And that proves to be effective because now Norris has 8 points to match Sayonara's 8 points. The Exorcist taking part in some blocking there, taking Sayonara down. Now, Lord of the Rink with some one-on-one blocking, long enough for Norris to reform their defense at the top of the pack. Campaign Promise once again bracing that tripod, giving Sayonara a run for the money. Lord of the Rink once again slowing down Sayonara just enough to get some help from 2-1-2, the Exorcist. Eventually, Sayonara does make her way through that Norris defense and has another 4 points. Star Pass over to the Exorcist now. Picking up another 4, so Sayonara with 16. The Exorcist with 12. Yep, that's a problem. We probably can't discuss it until, okay, now we know.
There we can discuss it.
12-20. Jam there in favor of Philly with Sayonara having that lead jammer just a moment ago. Philly, Brawl Stars 240, Northeast Uprising 85. We did see a star pass in that last jam over to the Exorcist, but the Exorcist tried to put that star on their helmet and dropped it. And as we know, if that star is not visible on your helmet, you cannot accrue points. So that star was retrieved, but the jam is over. Punky versus Mayhem. Mayhem getting a lot of love. The crowd going wild for Mayhem. Mayhem is in control. Mayhem taken out of bounds, slammed it with that defense. Mayhem taking on all 4 Northeast Uprising blockers. Punky taken down at the bottom of the pack. Mayhem brought up to the back to restart this pass. Punky's up front, tries to sneak past Squid, but Squid says no and closes in that hole. Punky with 4 points for Northeast Uprising. Philly losing a pivot to the box. Mayhem with 4 points. Philly now down 2 blockers. They've got Squid in the box. That's going to thin things out a little bit for Punky. Punky with an incomplete scoring pass, only picking up 3 points on that run. Rainbow Crash taking Punky out of bounds. Punky recovers from that, goes back in with a bit of a spin, comes out, another incomplete pass, 3 points.
Thank you so much.
This is for tomorrow.
All right, 11-point run by Punky from Northeast. Okay, let's actually make that 10. So Northeast 95, 4-point jam for Philly. They're at 244. Another shout out here for our very own number 909 Livid. You got this, kiddo. We love you. And that's from Mom and Dad. Livid getting a lot of love here from our dollar shout outs. We've got one more. Oh, we actually have a few more here. Blue Lightning out there. And speaking of Livid on the jammer line. Livid's through, gets that hole on the outside on the pivot line, and Livid is our lead jammer. Oh, Livid coming in now, crashing into Norris defense. Norris putting up a good fight, but Livid's out with 4 more points. Livid now preparing for a second round of points. Looks like Livid's taken out by number 24. That's the pivot from Norris at Stonewall Riot. Now Blue Lightning is trapped behind Philly's defense. Looks like 207 Burby is going to, with that rollback. Livid with a, 8-point jam. I'm seeing a lead jammer hand signal. I wasn't seeing points there, but I guess that's going to be 8 points. The 2 trips of 4.
Looks like that.
And Livid with another 4. So Livid looking at 12-point jam. This is my first time ever seeing Livid start as a jammer, I should say. There's been a few start passes here and there, but starting off as a jammer, definitely a very effective jammer now with 16 points. So far, Northeast with Stonewall Riot receiving that star pass, unable to score. Livid taken out. Frightening bolt with that defense on Livid, bringing Livid all the way to the back. And Livid has a hole, but is baited and gets them blocking. Livid does have 20 points, and she calls off the jam. 20 points by Livid, and you can even feel the excitement if you look at Livid right now. You can even tell even she's thrilled. 20-0 jam there in favor of Philly. Norris 95, Philly 266. It's Banana and Wrecked out there. Nice offense there by Banana. Norris holding back Wrecked long enough for Banana to come out and pick up a Norris lead. Nice awareness by Philly's defense, closing, immediately forming a tripod at the bottom of the pack against Banana. Squid working that butt position.
And Wreck gets called off on a back block.
Ooh, power jam for Northeast Uprising now. Bananas in full control, and Banana making their way through and getting 4 points.
Banana's just slicing through that defense, has a good opportunity to pick up some points here.
Yeah, Banana's still on a power jam, takes a bit of a spill, taking down a skater. Baby Slaya taking a spill there. So Northeast Uprising is a newer junior team, certainly not with the years of experience that Philly has. Their team started a little under 2 years, I'd say about a year and a half, 2 years ago, up in New England, and a lot of the skaters, some of them, this is their first time playing, if at all, if not in a while. So for that bit of a difference in skill, I'd say Northeast holding their own pretty well today.
Really, for sure. Looking good.
Didn't see Northeast get a whole lot of points or leads in the first part of the game, I'd say the first quarter of the game, but certainly as the game progressed, they're getting the hang of it. Sparks jamming for the Brawl Stars, and Sparks picking up lead. It's a 5-on-5 jam. Our penalty box is clear, so each team, both teams with their full strength. 66, Darth Mahler jamming for Northeast Uprising, trying to get through. Sparks is on a scoring pass, but Nuke bracing that tripod of Northeast Uprising blockers at the top of the pack. Burby with some 1-1 blocking against Darth Mauler, but Darth Mauler is out completing an initial pass. The crowd goes wild with Sparks getting 4 points for the Brawl Stars. Philly with a fluid defense at the bottom of the pack, keeping Darth Mauler stuck at the bottom. Sparks with an apex jump.
That was almost like a straightaway jump. That was a pretty impressive physics there.
I've been doing juniors for a long time, and sometimes they just defy
physics.
laws that they roll and they get back up, and I wonder how I would even do that. I'd probably break half my body.
We would still be on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and there's a track cut hand signal being given to Sparks. So Sparks taking a trip to the box, but not without some bragging rights for some of those moves that she's pulled in this jam. Doing the old jammer switcheroo in the box, so she's back out. Doing the abbreviated jammer penalty move there. Both jammers back out. No longer lead, but only about 12 seconds to go. All right, there's 2 minutes. It brings us to the end of the game. Sparks has 3 points. They're rolling in late. And Northeast with 4 points. This is a shout out now for Rainbow Crash from the Brawl Stars. Way to go, Rain. Keep delivering the massive hits. And that is from Mama and Powie. There is a timeout by our officials.
I thought maybe that would be a shout out for our coach who used to be Rainbow Crash. Maybe I should just put $1 in and do a shout out for Coach Rainbow Crash.
I would think that since we have microphone rights, we could just do it for free.
Just do it for
I mean,
free.
It's right here in front of us.
Right. So let's give a shout out to coaches on both sides,
You gonna stop us?
Yeah. These coaches are dedicating their time, their energy, volunteering to coach these kids, and we so appreciate everything they do. Unbelievable.
I give that like a 7. Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's the punishment for burping on the bench. You have to do burpees.
I don't know if we should be giving them encouragement to improve on that.
I'm much more mature than that. Said that with a straight face.
That was funny.
Right. All right, so in this timeout here by our officials, creeping into the last quarter of this game, Northeast Uprising versus Philly Brawl Stars. Hey, if you're listening to us ramble on the feed and you've been listening to us since 9 o'clock this morning, thank you for sticking with us. I've had a few people message me from my own team in Hanover, PA, talking about some of the things that are going on. So I know that we do have plenty of viewers, and thank you for taking your Saturday watching, if not just listening to us here at Philly Fest 2025. Of course, we are going to see some more action later on in the season by Philly Juniors. We have an upcoming game against New England Junior Derby. And then, of course, Hoagie Roll it would not be a season without Hoagie Roll. We're back to our game, though. Punky, 107 versus number 24, Sparks, who is currently seated in the box. Now, I'm being creeped on. I'm being creeped on. Somebody's listening to me and saying, I hear you, and that's Black Rose Juniors. That's my own team. Well, when I'm not selling myself to every league out there.
Amazing communication in this day and age that they.
Yeah, and it comes right to my
to your
right to my
watch
Fitbit.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's our Olive Havoc, our head coach of Black Rose Juniors, who will be here tomorrow because we are playing the last game, and I'm going to try to con her into getting on the mic.
Burpee earning her name over there again. And we have a toe stop, a rogue toe stop.
That's happened to all of us.
That has
put
happened to
skates
all of
on.
us.
I lost a toe stop one time reffing a free state game many years ago, probably in 2014. I watched it leave my skate. I knew I didn't have a toe stop, but 3 times
Yes.
coming off the track, I tried to do a 180 toe stop, and both 3 times I fell and
On your
did not
face.
learn that there's no longer a toe stop in my skate.
It's amazing. That muscle memory is real. That's
Don't
real.
even think about it. This is Banana and Sayonara. And 2 whistles going to Banana, lead Jimmer for Northeast Uprising. Sayonara not lead, but does have 4 points. And Philly just 11 points shy of that 300-point mark, which is a nice run for the Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars, as we know, we can expect to see them on the All-Stars here in a pretty short amount of time, I would say. 11 minutes to go to our game. Northeast Uprising 113, Philly 290.
Every year someone graduates. Always a hard thing. That's why we're so proud of the Brawl Stars who have just really done such a great job this season.
I get around to Pittsburgh is losing probably, it's in the teens, if not 20 skaters who are just like, boom, I'm 18.
Wow.
I know one of them transferred here, and she is aging out this season, too.
You know, but every year we lose skaters and we miss them, and then it's amazing how these kids just come up and fill the roles.
Yeah, well, we've seen Shorty here in Cookies and Scream.
Yep.
So we always can expect to see some of our alumni back to support the juniors, which is one of the great things about Junior Derby is the reciprocal support that they get.
We're giving you a compliment, Shorty.
Did Shorty think that we were insulting them?
She did actually, yeah.
You know me better than that.
Amazing. To think that we would insult Shorty.
Snark, definitely, but a genuine
I mean,
insult?
seriously,
Nah, I don't
no,
think so.
definitely not.
Again?
My God. We are not inviting Burpee over to the microphone.
Maybe a bad idea. If it wasn't a JRDA event,
Right, yes. Yeah.
with
Then maybe.
I don't want to end up in a derby group on Monday morning
Right,
because I
that's true.
invited a burp in the microphone.
That's true.
Look at that mayhem with that nice offense getting around through that turn.
Wow.
Nice jump by Punky.
That earned her all 4 points. Earned them all 4 points.
Yeah, Northeast is hosting a tournament up in New Hampshire beginning in May. I'll be heading up there. My second time there. The first time I was there about 2 years ago with New England. But definitely for a newer team, they have a lot of support and a lot of skill. So looking forward to going up there.
That'll be a nice time of year to go, too.
Yes.
Not right now.
No. I mean, I don't know. In Pennsylvania, it's still cold in May.
That's true.
But New Hampshire wrecked and 2-1-2. This is the Exorcist bull jamming, and wrecked is our lead jammer.
Ooh.
Wrecked goes out of bounds by a matter of maybe half a wheel width, but still enough to have to recycle. So Wrecked recycles, gets through on the inside, and has 4 points. Wrecked called off on a penalty. Let's see. I didn't quite catch the hand signal. Okay, that's going to be a back block.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look now, but there was a star on Livid's helmet again. That's the future.
Oh, that's
we're
the
worried
future.
We're worried about what's going on right now. So it's a power jam in the hands of the Exorcist from Northeast Uprising. Catatonic and 799. That is Cherry Bomb. Working that defense, and there's a little bit of a blocker pile up there. Looks like we're not calling off the jam. Not really anything to be worried about. So Philly is just going to lose somebody to the penalty box. No big deal there. Star pass going over to 715. That's crash landing from Northeast Uprising. Wrecked back in from that earlier back block penalty. Philly now breaking that 300-point mark. That jam is over at 2 minutes. 7.5 left to go, and there is number 909 Livid back out to jam. So in case you missed our rambling, just not that long ago, Livid came off of a 20-0 jam. So let's see.
Maybe 24.
Yeah, Livid is out there now up against
think so.
Punky from Northeast.
But Punky, Punky could put that up too.
Punky certainly has learned how to play. I mean, I shouldn't say learned how to play, but certainly has adjusted the game. Look at that. Punky
Look at that.
picking up lead.
Lead jammer.
Yeah, so we're doing the new thing where we're using the name of the team rather than the jersey color, and I can see how that could be at first not processed if you're used to hearing, your color. So Northeast now is down a blocker. Punky still our lead jammer. Punky gets past Squid, but is ultimately taken on a bounds by number 18. That is Baby Slaya.
And that's the refs are using the team name now instead of the color, right?
Yes.
So
And I think
that's hard.
That's only for JRDA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's moved into the adult rule sets just yet.
But even for these kids, that's what they listen for. So it's going to be an adjustment.
I can see there have to be some kind of free margin for error for that in-sub penalty that you would normally get. Looks like that's going to be an incomplete pass by Punky, only picking up 3 points on there, but 4 points for Livid. Livid so far with an 8-point jam. And Punky having a seat in the box. Punky being waved back on the track, so maybe that was something that was just a warning. Livid still on the track with 12 points. Now working on a fourth scoring trip. It's okay. A little bit of jammer on jammer love there.
That was nice. We run into each other and then we high five. That's Derby.
Never any hard feelings.
Never.
138, 321. Philly in the lead. Now under the 5-minute mark. Number 24, Sparks, has that star for the Brawl Stars. Campaign Promise working a pretty strong brace for Norris at the top of the pack. Lord of the Rink in that defensive wall against Sparks. So Sparks being frozen in place. Let's see, we've got Blue Lightning, number 77, with the jammer star for Norris Uprising, and Burby bracing for Philly. Sparks gets 2 whistles and is our lead jammer.
Did a little thumbs up there, too.
So Blue Lightning still stuck in this initial pass, getting stuck behind, I believe this is number 404, Jack in the Box. Sparks with 4 points now. Well, it is a jump. It counts.
That was a jump.
All right, Sparks now on a 3rd scoring trip. Campaign Promise putting a block on Sparks, but now it's Campaign trying to help their own jammer get through. Jack in the Box working that defense now along with Catatonic. Looks like Sparks is going for the call off. 3 minutes left to our game. And we've got the Squid Squad in. Hey, that's my official membership sticker there. I need that sticker to prove my loyalty. Squid, number 23, taking the star against Punky, number 107 from Northeast Uprising. As a 2-sticker holding member of the Squid Squad, I am sending my best vibes in the most unbiased way, of course.
Of course.
Like that. And it worked because Squid is our lead jammer. And Squid now on a scoring pass with 4 points. Punky stuck in this initial pass. Sayonara working in that defense, keeping Punky stuck on this initial. Oh, and Punky goes and finds a hole there and gets through. Now Squid's in for a second round of points, but it takes a bit of a bump and is sent out of bounds. So Squid recycles to the back to restart this pass. And Squid goes out of bounds. So Squid recycles. Squid now looking at another round of points, making this an 8-point jam. Punky did complete an initial, and I believe is scoring points now. But here comes Squid for a 3rd scoring trip.
Ooh.
Oh, Squid, okay, did take a spill, but stayed in bounds. Let's see, there's a whistle. Let's see what we got going on. That is not going to Squid. Squid has 4 more points, making this 12 so far. Now Squid with 16. Punky not getting any mercy from Philly. They're just keeping Punky stuck at the bottom of the pack. Rainbow Crash with that rollback. Sayonara also working that defense back there. Squid working on what could be a 5th scoring trip. And the possibility of 20 points. Sayonara pushing Punky out of the way while at the same time letting Squid get through. So Squid picking up 20 points on that jam. Punky does have 4 points for Northeast Uprising.
Do you think this will probably be our last jam, Carnage?
If they can get lead, and then call it off and call a timeout in 14 seconds.
That's true. They could do that.
This up. See?
See, why did I say anything?
You had to bring it up.
I know. I had to bring it up.
We had one of the last games at a tournament that was once called Battle of the All-Stars 2 years ago,
Ah.
where a team waited to use every timeout
Yes.
and review and the last jam. And what felt like 47 minutes later, we're all just like, look, let's get the show on the road here.
We had a game.
Turning gray, waiting for this to go on.
We had a home team game pre-pandemic where we kept tying.
Those were the days.
Tying over and over and over again. And when you tie, you have to do another jam, but we just kept tying.
So we were talking overtime jam after overtime jam.
Yeah, like about 4 of them.
We had last year in Hagerstown, we had, the year before, I should say, the level 2 game ended the day. It was the last game was a level 2 game at Turkey Brawl, ended in a tie.
Yes. Always exciting.
Yes.
I'm not really sure why squats are happening, though. This is,
Well,
they haven't had enough exercise.
no, they don't get burned out. They're half rubber band and half Gumby. Here we are, coming off this timeout. 11 seconds left on the official period clock. Northeast 142, Philly 351, and there's a whistle that starts the action. It is Mayhem taking on Banana. There's penalty whistles, but no lead jammer whistle. Okay, there it is. Northeast picking up lead in the last jam of the game. Banana is in control. Each team deciding to send skaters over to the penalty box. Each team down 2 blockers. So Mayhem versus Banana. Mayhem gets out with 4 points. Sorry, I should admit, Banana gets out with 4 points. Now Mayhem out with 4 points. So Jimmers matching up on those scoring pass.
That was a stressful last penalty box for our penalty box trackers over there. Lots of blockers in and out, but that'll do it.
4 whistles. End the game. Brings us to a tentative score pending approval of our referees.
Remember, do not approach the track, right? All right.
Northeast
No.
150, Philly 356.
And if our spectators can wait till the official score before we go out. Wait. Back. Thank you. Back. Back up.
There we go.
There you go. Now you can go. This has to go to the, I'm going to bring this to the merch table, and then I'll leave these things in my happy birthday shout out here.
You're bringing the money up there.